How does the portion things go? It goes like this. Your lawyer, someone suggests the portion. And so the lawyers you talk about it, see why, how long you've been working here, how long you've been living here, how long you've been in the States, how, why this, all these things add up. Why does all these things add up? And so then you come to a conclusion. How long you been here? Over 40 years, 45 years. Like, is it necessary? So, could you go back home? Why not? Why can't you? So it's literally just a conversation. Like, say if you ever been to a jail, you go to court, they tell you being released next week, but your court date is this day before the next week. So you gotten released before you talked about your release date. Actually, you just have to go to court before you get released. So they already released you. You just waiting to go to court to, finalize and make sure nobody in your business, nobody try to come back and fuck with you. You did your time, you getting out, whatever. And the states of the law, whatever. So if I'm talking about that in anywhere, whether here, there, wherever, in a conversation, that's a conversation to talk about. Some people get deported all the time. People get deported, they come back. They have to go, can't be in the States for 7 years, 4 years, 10 years, 13 years. Some people can't ever come back. That's in the mental. That's a law that was created. Somebody came up with an idea of never coming back. So there's so many pros and cons to being cultural. I don't like when people interrupt me. Jasmine does it, but look, the excitement of having to have experienced that before is the enforced commotions of having to get all your people together, make sure everybody's safe, because traveling is not easy. You can fly, boat, train, plane, all types of stuff. So it's like people just get in their heads and oh well, it's hard for me to this, hard for and people get together and and then some people just have more strengths, whatever, for the simple fact that I experienced it. So I'm talking about it. So I experienced it, I'm talking about it. So if anybody overheard me talking about something in my life or in my family line or whatever, it makes sense for me to talk about whatever's in my family line or whatever. Now somebody outside of me trying to enforce anything else outside of my lines, my storylines, or anything in my conversation with my generational background is a problem. So we outside 24 hours during All Lives and Black Lives Matter, and my conversation hit the net because why? Somebody was being weird and trying to compromise my story with me falling off a bike. I fell off a bike before. They want to stick to a story of me falling off a bike. I don't want to stick to a story of me falling off a bike. That's not, I healed. You get what I'm saying? I fell off the bike and I healed. Somebody's like, oh, I can't believe you. Remember when you fell off the bike and you stayed there? And so these people, this grown four guys, 4 grown girls, and a trans, have been sitting there trying to create a conversation of me protecting myself from people who goes crazy off of conversation or ideas that could involve them. If I fucking, I'm good.